I'm excited now to be joined by Liz Dunn, the CEO of Pro4Ma. Hello, Liz.
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks so much for hopping in here today and joining us on the show. And we're going to be talking about, I know, some buying trends in consumer electronics, which naturally is a big thing for us here at Digital Trends. And before we do that, though, I thought maybe we could walk through what you do, what Pro4Ma is, and what your company is really all about.
Yeah, so we are analytics and sort of big data for retailers and investors. So we have kind of two audiences that we market to. But what we're trying to do is really tie together all of the data that's out there related to retailers, and kind of map the ecosystem for as it were. So
Yeah.
what we're really trying to help retailers understand the data that's impacting their performance, and help investors understand how to target retailers that may be, on an upswing.
That sounds like a monumental task to gather all that information and make sense of it as it comes through. Well, let's since you have done this, like, what are some main things that you wanted to cover here? I know that holiday, like this time of year, especially when it comes to technology, we had Black Friday, Cyber Monday, huge days for consumer tech buying. What were the results this year, maybe compared to years past?
Yeah, so there's both the digital trends and the in-store trends.
Mm-hmm.
Traffic is down in physical stores. It's been down for the last 6 years. It was down again for Black Friday. But what we saw for the Black Friday weekend online is that sales were up quite strongly, and that continued through Cyber Monday. There's a little bit of a shift, though, happening where the sales are more spread out than they used to be, and that's because we all have a phone in our pocket and we start shopping as soon as we put down our forks. And so it's
Right.
no longer so much about Cyber Monday. It's more about all of the holiday shopping trends, because the consumer is shopping pretty immediately and kind of constantly.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm a case in point. I bought shoes right after Thanksgiving dinner. So I mean, it's because it is so easy to access that and catch on to those different deals that are happening. So you see that over that kind of over that basically whole weekend, I would imagine. Like you said, Cyber Monday isn't quite as big. It's the whole weekend of deals.
Yeah. Cyber Monday used to be about, when we all got back to our desks and started and had time to shop. It just doesn't
Right.
work like that anymore. Who waits till they get to their desktop at work to shop anymore?
No.
But and to that point, the sales for the Black Friday weekend were higher than for Cyber Monday, much higher, but both were up strongly. So you saw about a 26% increase in the Black Friday weekend and about a 20% in Cyber Monday. And, sales trends over the holiday period tend to skew more towards online purchases and away from in-store purchases. It's just, the ease of it. You're, maybe shipping things to other people, as well as, the deals are right there in your face, and you can really easily compare and contrast what deals are where.
Well, and I think let's talk about it from that angle, to the deals. Is this a good time to start buying, consumer technology? Is this a good time of year to do that? What can, like, our viewers, what should they expect around now, or any tips and tricks for them?
Yeah, I think it's a great time, and you really be looking pretty broadly at who you consider to be purchasing from. So a lot of people are bidding for the consumer dollar, and you might in normal times say, well, Amazon might have the best deal, or Best Buy, but I think that consumers should look really, really broadly. Look at the big box players, Walmart and Target, and oftentimes they might not. They might have some sort of blanket offer that you can add on to a purchase of a hot item that normally you don't get a discount for. But typically, the week right after Black Friday is where you see the biggest discounts, but you really also see a lot of discounts towards the tail end of the holiday season when retailers get desperate. Also, because shipping trends have gone so far in the direction of fast immediacy, you can really shop until the last minute, and maybe buy online, pick up in store, whatever. And that hasn't been that hasn't been the case in the past. You know, you kind of have a drop dead period where you're not going to get it if you buy online in the past. But these days, most of the big box retailers have the buy online, pick up in store. And so you can benefit from, you know, those last minute discounts even online.
That makes sense. Looking at it from this standpoint, just as we get closer, you know, to Christmas and kind of the end of the year, like say I want to buy a television, a new television, when is if you were to kind of guess, when is the best time for pricing on that? Is it closer to the holiday? Is it after the holiday weekend? What does the trend tend to be?
If you are not buying it for a gift, I would wait until after Christmas.
Okay.
The absolute best week was probably last week. If you are buying it for a gift, the week right before Christmas, and since we have such a long holiday season this year, it's the longest in terms of number of days that we ever see.
Right.
You know, because
it's over that weekend,
Thanksgiving sort of moves and Christmas is fixed. So it's the longest period, and you will see some last minute deals. But if you can wait until after the holiday season or, you know, after Christmas, then I would say buy then.
Okay, that is good news, because yes, I did miss last week, even despite I should have done it, but I didn't. Excuse me. Well, this is fantastic. You know, Liz, thanks for hopping on here too. You know, where live television. Where can people follow you and everything that you're doing, and keep up to date with all of this information?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little old school in terms I tend to use LinkedIn quite a bit, and I'm also on Twitter at Elizabeth_Dunn. There's no E at the beginning of my name, so
just Elizabeth without the E.
Yeah, just Elizabeth_Dunn. But you know, the holiday is an exciting period, and there's lots to buy this year. There's a lot of consumer electronics, a lot of the connected home items that people are very excited about. Watches are still on a trend. Not so much phones, but everything that connects to the phone and to, you know, whatever ecosystem you're running. Lots of digital assistants, and I would say that for those buying for the women in their lives, there are lots of cool home gadgets that are connected that are exciting there too.
Fantastic. Well, Liz, thank you so much for hopping on with us today. We really appreciate it. We'll have to have you back on, maybe like to talk about some more trends as we go through this and as things change rapidly. So, Liz, thank you. Thanks for joining Digital Trends Live.